December 19th, no goalie has more wins than the Leafs' Jonathan Bernier, 6. Is now the time to strike the iron as it sits warm for the first time in months and trade Jonathan Bernier?
No.
Why not?
Keep him. Ride him. Just because you paid a lot of money for this guy. Paid a lot of, well, you didn't actually, but this is your goalie. This is a goalie you brought in to be your number one. This is why you signed him in the offseason, to be your number one goalie. He had a rough start. That 0-8-2 goalie was not the Jonathan Bernier who we know he is. This is the goalie, a number one goalie that can lead your team to the playoffs. Maybe it's not this year, maybe it's next year, maybe it's the year after, but this is your guy, and he's proving it in the last 3 games.
If he falls into another pothole like he did in that 0-8-2 stretch at the beginning of the year, before he had won a game for about a year and a half, it seemed like March last year, that was the last time he got a W. Was he going to be your goalie next year, the second year, the third year? Any of that? No, he wasn't.
What do you say?
There were conversations about this guy will never play for the organization again. He's on a hot streak right now.
6-2.
You know when you go hottest? When you're going gambling? Right after you haven't won any money in months, or at least that's what they want you to believe.
What are you going to get for Jonathan Bernier?
Exactly. What are you going to get for him now versus what are you going to get for him once he falls into an 0-8-2 game again?
He's not 0-8-2, though. He's not that goalie. He never was that goalie who goes 0-8-2. He had a stretch of bad luck. He's back on it. It's a confidence issue. He got the yips. He didn't know how to stop a puck. He knows how to stop it now, as proven by his 3-0-0 record in his last 3 games.
You think he's figured it out?
He's a superstar.
I think he's back.
He's gone. He's going to ride us all the way to the playoffs.
They've found the man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see it.
He is a playoff goalie, and sure. Let's move on. This is an interesting topic. A lot of people paying close attention to it. Jim Nantz says he doesn't want to talk about it. He says it's not even does he not want to talk about it. He said there's nothing to talk about. He doesn't want to add more fuel to the fire.
The only outlet touching on the story of Peyton Manning in the HGH on the morning of the Sunday games this past week was Mike Francesa's Football Sunday, and Jim Nantz in an interview with him revealed he has no use for the Manning story about HGH. Nantz is so lightweight, he's arguably the number one NFL play-by-play voice and will call Super Bowl 50 for CBS. Francesa asked Nantz if he and Phil Simms would discuss Al Jazeera's allegations during CBS's Broncos Chargers telecast. He said, no, why would we? If we talked about it, we would only continue to breathe life into the story that on all levels is a non-story. Why add another layer onto it? Is he right or wrong to be doing this and ignoring something that he does not have to have editorial control of? He's just presenting the news for us to consume as viewers.
What was the last story Al Jazeera broke?
I couldn't tell you.
Oh, okay. So we should take their credibility on this one story that they managed to.
But it's not up to Jim Nantz to decide whether or not to report it.
So we get thousands of reports on Twitter every day.
Right.
I'm not gonna go on the updates and give the hot take. Oh, there's a report out that. You can pick and choose.
People say stuff.
Especially Jim Nantz. If anyone has the right to pick and choose, Jim Nantz is it.
But why Jim Nantz? Because Jim Nantz, you can tell from his reaction, is a great friend. They've done ads together with Peyton Manning.
There's no proof
Are
they're
you
good
kidding?
friends.
Do you know what they sound like when he came back into the game? Phil Simms is like, hey, look, Peyton's coming back onto the floor. And then Jim was like, oh my God, there he is.
They share an agent. So what?
Does he really?
Yeah, they do.
Oh my goodness. See, I'm not surprised by it at all.
We got time for one more.
All right, one more. Let's get in here. I will decide which one we go ahead with as I want to talk about what's up next. Let's do Kobe All-Star. Actually, you know what? This one's more fun. Raptors visiting the White House today. The Toronto Raptors hopped aboard a train after their game in Brooklyn on Wednesday night, riding the Amtrak from Penn Station to somewhere close to Pennsylvania Avenue. With a day off before a game against the Wizards, they do play on Friday against the Wiz. The Raptors took an opportunity to visit the White House. Louis B., who would make the best politician to you on this Raptors team?
Anthony Bennett. Says all the right
Canadian.
things. He's
Diplomatic.
a Canadian. He's polite. You gotta love this kid.
I don't know if he has the fight, though.
He's not getting the minutes, but you don't hear him complaining. He's not going whining to the press like some other young guys might do. I like the Anthony Bennett. I like the Canadian aspect of it. I think he'd be a great politician.
He does seem very understanding,
Who
not
do
getting
you
the minutes
think
right
would
now.
be a good politician?
Bismack Biyombo.
Oh, yeah.
Have you seen Bismack Biyombo in an interview?
Oh,
that
yeah.
guy is pumped full of energy. He's excited to be in front of the cameras. He's genuine as can be. I feel like he could never tell a lie. He's just such a straight-up person in everything I've seen with him. Plus, he gives you great effort and national defense. What else do you need other than a big man at the rim? He knows a lot about defense.
Why are you staying away from Kyle Lowry?
I just don't feel like Kyle Lowry is trustworthy as a politician.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to slander anything.
because all your politicians are very
This
trustworthy.
message is paid for by DeMar Rosen.
All your politicians are quite trustworthy.
I trust Bismack Biyombo a lot more than I trust Kyle Lowry.
Oh.
He might not have the same performance in the polls because Kyle Lowry would poll incredibly.
Yeah,
but I think
he's polling
Bismack
really
is the
well.
right answer. At the end of the day, I think he would be the better political answer for you. Plus, I mean, think about Bismack, how well he works with teammates. That guy would be able to go to the United Nations and work with anyone.
Dwayne Casey? Does he not count because he's a coach?
Yeah, he doesn't really count. I mean,
No love for DeMar?
realistically, if you
JV?
JV would be a terrible politician.
Wow.
Worst politician
Wow,
on the team.
guy.
Even worse than Kyle Lowry, in my opinion. Time for the big finish?
Let's get to
All right, let's do it.
Hold on.
Okay. Come on.
It is quitting time.
It is quitting time. What did you learn today? What did you learn?
Sorry.
What did you
I
learn?
didn't learn anything.
Oh, you didn't learn anything?
Yeah,
All
it
right.
was a good show,
What I
but
learned
didn't learn
today, the
anything.
New Jersey Devils have placed Mike Camilleri on injured reserve, retroactive to December 30th. The team announced today. Camilleri has registered 14 goals, 21 assists in 36 games this season to lead the Devils in scoring. What you missed, the MLS expansion team in Los Angeles, LAFC, unveiled their new logo, color scheme, and their co-owner, Will Ferrell.
Kicking and screaming.
He learned from the hard streets of South Irvine, California, that he knew he was going to be a soccer owner one day. What you need to know, Canadian and Western Mustangs grad Kevin Abrams, already mentioned it, is interviewing today for the Detroit Lions general manager job. He is currently the assistant GM with the New York Giants. What to watch tonight? I don't know. The Leafs game's on late. I don't really know what's on before that. Thanks to our guests, Jack Armstrong, Jeff Schwartz, and Annie Berg. Congratulations to her for qualifying for the Under-18 Women's World Hockey Championships. Twitter and Facebook is at Marsh and Milton. I am at TSN_Marsh. Tip-off of Friday's Marsh and Milton is in 21 hours between now and then. Don't forget to have some fun. Cheers, Hamilton.
Now, Hamilton's traffic and weather on TSN 1150.